Hello, I am Kodili-nye, the son of the wonderful. Welcome back again. I know you have enjoyed the last video we had on Anambra budget, and we are continuing. But today is an SOS letter, open letter to Governor Gov.Soludo, because it's very, very important for us to be discussing that. Because if we don't publicly, some of these, some people will say write to the governor, but they forgot that some of these things are not read by the governor because a lot of them are taken by the aides and just throw in the bin. But when it's an open forum, it do helps, and it do helps to tidy up things. Very, very important. What I'm trying to say is that it's very, very important. But before we do, remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. This open letter is to Governor Charles Chukwuma, the executive governor of Anambra State, the erudite professor of economics, the Oluwatuegwu of Anambra State. Sir, we do appreciate your effort so far. And we say congratulations to you for the on behalf of our fans and supporters in this channel. And based on the popular demand, some of the fans have been demanding a lot that we should do. Some people write me and some people contact me to say, can you do this thing for us concerning Anambra State, because we are pro-homeland channel. That's why we are doing this. It's just that we love, and a lot of people love Anambra State to succeed. And what they are seeing at the moment is actually far cry for what they expected in last 4 years. Although there are progress recorded here and there, but the real one has not come. And you do also acknowledge that you are just starting. But we are of the view that time is of an essence. It's very important, because if you don't utilize time, all these things, before you know that, another 4 years is gone. Because the other 4 years is what we've been warning from the beginning about time. Time is of essence. That if you want to do something, there are things that you need to do quickly. That if you don't, what will happen is that the time will go. And a lot of things will continue as it was. So what we are writing is an open letter concerning Onitsha. I don't know if any other channel that actually talked about Onitsha and made most of these urban areas in Nigeria, in Anambra State, than this channel. We are pro-online channel. Forget about that. I grew up in Onitsha. I live in Onitsha, and other things. I schooled in Onitsha and a lot of things. And I have Onitsha connections and all those things, Obusi connections and all those. But that's not actually by the way. But what I'm trying to say is, as onye Igbo, as onye Anambra State, and onye cholo ọganiru Anambra, and onye cholo ka Professor Charles Chukwuma to succeed. That's why we are beckoning on them here again. The year is about to begin in next 1 month. We enter another year, and another budget cycle will come. So it's just why we're writing this is for him not to make the same mistakes of the past concerning Onitsha. Recently, sir, you read about the budget, 750 something billion naira. And you talked about the revenue, blah, 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 is not there, where there are shortfalls and all those things. But this should not be happening if the government would have heeded what we talked about concerning Onitsha, where to invest. Although I know some time ago I was a guest in one of the podcasts which I discussed about some certain issue. It seems that you saw it, or your aide saw it, and you responded. What I'm talking about, the Onitsha, abandoned Onitsha hotel, the 5-star hotel started by Peter Obi, that it was annoying that Peter Obi did not accomplish that hotel, in spite that he has time to do that. But we are of the opinion that why we criticize him on that he has the money The money is there. Why leaving the money behind? But you can actually complete that hotel before you go. He has enough time, months away, more than 6, 7 months to complete that hotel, or even 1 year. But he decided, I don't know what happened, and Obiano left that hotel. Let me explain to you what we're missing, not getting that hotel, completed, is that Onitsha, although that private investors are coming, but we need something like that. That's a huge hotel. If the government can actually, I know Governor Gov.Soludo that you have visited there. I know that when we did that podcast, you went there straight away. You talked about doing something about that. You will resolve the issue about that. You will reclaim the land at the back of that hotel that had been taken over, sold off. I know that a lot of hanky-panky went in that hotel, when the other administration took over from P2B. So, but we don't actually here, we are not here to talk about that, but we are talking about moving forward. You need to do something urgently about that hotel. I want to hear that you move into that hotel before March. It is very, very important because you're talking about 10-story high-rise hotel in Oka. But I know that how things are going, that one might not be finished in 2 years. But Onitsha is a gold mine. It is a gold mine that, looking for somebody to show his love. You look at the budget, I'm telling you, if you really invest in Onitsha, in tourism in Onitsha, in recreation space in Onitsha Metro, I'm telling you, that 750 billion will be realized from Onitsha Metro. When I talk about Onitsha Metro, I'm talking about 5 local governments. I think you do understand that. It's just emphasis for other people that will also watch this. So that Onitsha hotel near is on the Park Lane, near the Onitsha Mall. It's very, very crucial because it will give more incentive for other investors. It's, I think, a 6-story high, and it has more than 200 and something rooms. I think between 150 200 rooms. But the why is very important is to reposition Onitsha. To reposition Onitsha. Why a lot of businesses move to Asaba is because of the neglect by Anambra State government over the years, about Onitsha. I know that you are putting some investment, some road infrastructure here and there, but I know that the vision you have before you talked about Onitsha is far bigger than what you have put in there. You have not actually scratched the surface because you yourself said it in the past. I know 2010, 2009, you talked about Onitsha. And even when 2 years ago you visited, many times you visited, said that Onitsha must rise, that you're going to bring Onitsha, that Onitsha is Obindibo. You normally say Onitsha is Obindibo, but there is no way Obindibo will look like how it is at the moment. Onitsha is comparable to Lagos, and if you show Onitsha love, Onitsha will be far better than Lagos. I'm telling you, ask me how. Basically, it's not a rocket science. Look at the Solution Fund City you did in Oka. Very amazing project. Very, very. We clap from people who are critical of you when you are doing that. But I said in this channel, we repeated that this is what the government should have built in many places. But now I'm encouraging you, if you can get bold enough and build that in Onitsha, not just one. Onitsha need at least 5 as a start. So if the government is doing 1 or 2, you can partner with other investors, create places. That's investment. We've been looking for investors coming to Anambra State. It seems that not much has been seen in Anambra State. But we saw in Aba or Abia State, investors flooding there. We saw in Enugu. We saw in Delta State. But people are scratching and saying, why are the investors not coming to Anambra State? That's the reason. Because those things they needed are not there. And remember, some of the people complain about when you came to London, and say to the investors, oh, go and settle the land, go and look for land and all those things. If you have anything, go to court. So investors are completely disappointed with that statement because they thought that, you know how the legal system in Nigeria works, that the investor that has borrowed money want to invest quickly and create job for Anambra people. And the state say, oh, go and settle your issue, blah, blah, blah. And the investor is in the court maybe 20 years, 30 years, he has not done anything. By that time, you have gone from power. So, and the people continue unemployed. That as a state government, they were looking at you to get a grip because all the lands in the state belongs to the government of Anambra State, whether people like it or not. The only thing the government pay compensation for any land. So meaning that you must get a grip of the land because for public interest, for investors, in order to have their way to create job and break the cycle of poverty. So you need to, as quickly as, reclaim the river fronts of the River Niger at Onitsha. This is a huge investment portfolio. That's 750 billion you budgeted. Onitsha can give you most of this money. A lot of people have told me how you can get those money. Even now that they said Onitsha alone, at the moment, if you really want to, that Onitsha can give you 300 billion immediately. But when you fine-tune several things we are going to discuss in this open letter one, the second one, if we can conclude it here, I will continue in part 2, is basically to look at these tourism recreation centers, building something similar to that solution for city at Oka. Onitsha needed 5 at the moment. And remember, the Oka one, they talked about 100,000 visited already. Over 100,000. Think about the Onitsha population. So another thing is completing that hotel, but also opening where 5-star hotel that you will partner with investors to build high-rise hotels and suites, which will be between 10 to 15, 20 story high in 5 locations. You partner with these huge guys. There are a lot of timber and caliber men of, wealth from Anambra State. If you remember that the greatest thing Anambra have is the men and women of Anambra State who command so much money and resources. We have not tapped them yet. I will be stopping here in this part 1. In part 2 of this special letter or SO letter about Onitsha, I will finish up what we are talking about. Your Excellency, I know that you will see this, or your aides will see this in. It's for the love of the homeland and to make your government to succeed, because we want your government to succeed. I'm still Kodili-nye, the son of the wonderful Nwafọ Anambra, Nwafọ Igbo, onye chọrọ ọganiru ana Igbo. Biko, onye ọbụla gele okwu a, biko, share this to many people so that the governor of Anambra State, tag him, he can actually listen to this. And remember to like and comment. Thank you, and see you in the next one. God bless you. Bye.